Hi guys, we're here for another episode of Pickleball Unplugged podcast. I'm Anirudh and I have my co-host Aparna today. And today here we have with us the co-owners of the Raptors franchisee, Mr. Kaushik and Ms. Divya. We're here to know a little bit more about their team, their experience in the HPL so far, and some insights maybe on what their expectations are for the season, and a couple of other interesting questions. So hi guys, thank you for taking out your time and getting here today. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
So to start off, right? The Raptors is the team name. One of the coolest names I would say. Aparna, would you? I mean, you're also part of the
I'm a
Raptors.
part of the Raptors. I think everything about Raptors is cool. I might not be the best person to answer this.
But yeah, definitely one of the cooler names in the league.
Yes.
So how did the name Raptors come to be? How did you pick it over something like Rishabh and team and names like that? You want to say?
No, it's your
Okay,
thing.
so Raptors is the US fighter aircraft, which is one of my favorite aircrafts. And so when we were offered a team and we had no clue what it means to own a team, and we are still figuring out, whether we'll be the right people to own a team or not. And then basically we weren't given an option to have a say whether we want a team or not. We can't just call us one day and then said, listen, we're starting this league and you guys are having a team. And then that was the end of conversation. He hung up. And then we were like, what the hell just happened? I mean, and then later, I think after 2 days, he sent like 30, 40 names for the possible names for the team. And then we are still thinking, what is happening? I mean, like, we still haven't decided, and all these things are, given to us to decide in like tonight. We have to decide the name and all of it. So one of the names in it was Raptor, which reminded me of the aircraft that I really like. And we decided to go with it. That we call it the Raptors, and it's also the kind of bird name. So we wanted the team to have that. But I think a lot of people thought it was the dinosaur raptor. And so when I told this to Kirti was also trying to figure out the name of her team, and she's like, "Oh, cool! Like the dinosaur raptor," she said. Like, no, it's actually a kind of bird. So yeah, that's how the name of the team came up.
Oh, wow. So just so context, guys, Kaushik is a pilot. Yeah. And Kaushik and Divya now run a flight simulation center.
We
This is that you're starting. So tell us a little about that as well. You know, you're partners in life, partners in business, and now co-owners of a pickleball team. I think we work better more as like business or partners that way, like as a couple.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
We're more in sync with like work related stuff. Yeah.
So this is basically a facility to train pilots before they join an airline, and also once they join the airline, every 6 months they have to do a recurrent or recency that every 6 months each pilot has to go through, as long as they're flying, regardless of how experienced they are. So there is a huge gap in training infrastructure in our country. If uh, the airline growing at double digit, the dearth of infrastructure, training infrastructure is like, I think 80% of the initial training, or more than 80% of the initial training, goes outside the country. So so we thought it was an opportunity for us to start something that I like a lot. And then it was actually her idea to start that we'll do this, and I was very skeptical because I was working with an airline until last September, and I didn't really think how to go about it, and which also means that I had to give up my flying to start this. So it is a big call. So we discussed about it for almost a year and a half.
Kaushik is someone who doesn't jump into things like, oh, you have an idea, okay, chalo, let's do it. Like, he takes his time. Like, I think even with our relationship, like, he took like more than 2 years before we were like, hey, like, why didn't we like date or whatever? And even the simulation thing, like, he took more than like we spoke about it for more than a year and a half before, like, he even like was like, okay, let me see what can. But I think Raptors and being part of this league was like his like, okay, chalo, let's all do it. So I think like this is like a great like, you know, like thing to mark in his life. Like the first thing I did, like, you know, just like, yeah.
But listen, first of all, we were not given an option. So there is no question of saying yes or no there. Maybe, I don't know. And also I'm very I like anything related to a sport. So it was easy for me, let me say, put it that way. If it was something that I was not into, probably that would have taken a longer time. I probably would have backed up and said, listen, boss, I can't do this. But yeah, I mean, it was easier for me. I don't know what it was for her when we were deciding.
I mean, I definitely wasn't given a choice.
Yeah.
I had no clue, like, you know, I didn't have any conversation with Vikrant. Every time I asked him something, he's like, just trust me. Just trust me. And I'm like, I am trusting you, but what am I getting into? Like, so I was so clueless that the first challenger game I came and I was like, hey, why are we playing it at this place, Dinkit or whatever we played at?
No, you had a question that you said.
Like, I'm not playing at center court. And Vikrant is like, why will we play at center court? I said, isn't center court like a venue? A venue where you play? He's like, no.
So that's how much we knew. To a point where we were discussing I was discussing with Vikrant, saying, listen, I don't know any players. The only people that I play is like Vikrant, DA, and our friends group, and I've not played too many tournaments, and so I don't know players to pick from the pool that we had, right? So I said, I don't know. Like, you know, I don't know if I'll be able to justice to that segment of the league. Like, for example, when you're picking a team, I don't know who to pick. I didn't even know our own players until, like I told you guys, that I think the first 2 weeks of practice after the auction was done, that's when I knew, okay, who's good at what, who's going to do what, they're going to play mixed doubles or they're going to play singles. So it took me a week to know all the names, I'll be honest. And then, so basically I had no clue of players.
Yeah, I just want to add one point there because I had a very funny interaction with Kaushik during the auction. So they were, you know, they had spent 1,90,000 out of the 2 lakh some category players, and then they were figuring out.
You guys had to get 4 players to 10K.
And there was a break, right? After category B players, there was a break. And then suddenly Kaushik comes to me and he's like, don't mind, but by any chance, are you 35 kya? So I'm glad that I got picked up, even though my answer was no to that question.
No, then I was watching it. We were traveling that night, so I was like, you know, running a few errands, but I was constantly watching it online on the live stream. And then you know, when they finished their money, like I called and I was like, you picked like 2 players and we have like what? Like nothing left. What are you like planning to do? He's like, don't worry, we'll figure it all out.
So I asked Rishabh, I asked him to make a list of players that he thinks, because he knows players, and I said, boss, I don't know. I don't know any player that are in the pool, and I don't even know you, how you play and what is your strength and what are your weaknesses. So I really don't know. So you need to help me out. So he said, okay, don't worry, I'll make a list and we'll go over them. And I said, okay, fine, fair enough. And I didn't even know the format, to be honest. I was so busy during that time of the year. So I said, I don't have the time to even go through the structure of the league, as in how many games there are. It's probably I shouldn't be saying it, but I had no clue. So Vikrant said, listen, I'm giving you
Clueless.
For sure. So Vikrant said, I'll give you a guy who will help you out with all of this, and I understand you don't have time. I'll give you a player, captain, who can help you out with all of this. So I would say Rishabh did a great job to kind of educate me about the structure of the game and also with the players.
Right.
In fact, during the category auction, I said, okay, how many players do we need to play one game? He said 7. So let's pick the best 7 that we can.
Right.
And that's when we decided to like bid for all the players that he wanted.
Right.
He thought that they would like be good for the team. And that's how we spent our money. And in fact, he was against picking Niharika. Let me tell you this.
His own sister.
Niharika and Aparna were only the two players of my choice. And he said, no, we will not get Niharika. And even if we bid, we will be, our duper is going to be higher than a couple of other teams who might bid for her. Which surprisingly, after 95,000, nobody bid for, I think Starry Smashes came till 95.
Right.
And I said, okay, 5,000 mein kya jayega, we'll bid. And we bid 1 lakh. And I think it's a well spent 1 lakh for sure. She,
Not a single match so far.
yeah.
He hasn't lost any match so far. So, yeah.
So Rishabh was surprised. He's like, Anna, we got her. I said, yeah, it's good. It's good, right? He said, yes, it's good.
I remember when they were bidding, I called him and I was like, who's this Niharika? Why are you spending so much money on her? She's like, no, like she's Rishabh's sister and like she's a very good player, trust her. So, no, but don't finish all the money.
So that's after the bid is when I met her during the break. So that's how clueless we were about players. And to be honest, like I said, everyone was like commenting about how the other team was. And, I was watching few episodes of the podcast and everyone had an opinion. Like everyone's entitled to have an opinion of what other team is and what their own team is and what they thought of the other teams. And, someone asked me, oh, this so-and-so team has said this thing about your team. I said, okay. I mean, it's their opinion. I mean, you can't, and everyone's entitled to have their opinion. And then what do you think is what they asked me? I said, I didn't even know my own team until a few weeks ago. So I really don't know how every...
Probably they know each other a lot more than we know the team.
So until the first match and, not the challenger, but the main league, I got to see, how each team was playing. And I think, that's when I knew a fair bit of, I had a fair bit of idea of how each team was.
Right.
So until then, I was clueless about how other teams were. And also, even if I knew how the other teams were, I don't think it would have affected what I felt about the team that we picked. I like today, knowing most of the teams decently enough, I think our team is still, I trust our team. I think we have a great team. And even the first two matches that we lost were not, or close matches, I would say.
Very close match.
Yeah. End of the day, the better team wins.
Right.
That's what it is. There's no need to
Yeah.
cry over them or feel bad over them. And I think the other teams did well. Like they won, I think Dasso Dynamos did a great job with the Dreambreaker. What should they call it?
Dreambreaker.
Our team is calling Dreammaker.
After the first
Yeah.
Dreambreaker.
Yeah. So I think with it exposed a lot of areas that our team needed to work on. So I think we're slowly coming back, and I'm happy, not just because of the win that we had last Friday, but as a team, we feel. I think the team feels more confident, and they're happy. I'm happy with how they performed.
Right.
So yeah.
That's amazing. So even though, y'all have mentioned that initially y'all were very clueless and then it was a sort of a process where you understood the structure, the players. So now that we're at, post match day 3, it's been a while since y'all have been a part of this. Now August was when we did the auction.
Yeah.
It's been, 2.5 months.
Yeah.
What has this experience been like for both of you to co-own a team? And I want to start with Divya.
For me, I was never a sports person. I was more of an arts and science person, and just played in school and stuff, but never really so for Kaushik to get me to play badminton was like
She played once in 7 8s. Once.
so. And then pickleball, in fact, I played a lot more, so that was for him like a big achievement in our relationship. So So I had no clue, and the challenges also. I was like, I didn't know the rules of like who's playing what, how does the game work, nothing. Even the first match, I was asking most of our team like, so what's happening now? What does it like? So I was asking you as well, and I was asking Kaushik like, if I have to cheer our team, what can I say? Like, what are the right things to say? But yeah, like 3 games later, like, I'm a lot more invested in it. I understand the game better. Like I'm more part of it. And yesterday at the game, I was telling, the Samir is playing like this, you guys play like this, and somebody's like, oh, now you're giving us suggestions.
That's me. I was there, Vida was giving us strategy, and I was like, wow. Now,
Yeah, so it's pretty much taken over our lives now. That's all we talk about, and we like planning for it, and I'm really enjoying being part of it. So
that's amazing.
yeah.
What's the morale in the team right now that you guys won your first match, right? Like after 2 heartbreaks in the first 2 weeks, you guys finally won a dream breaker deal.
That really helped. That really helped because, like, everybody was kind of, even the players who won, who didn't win, like, overall losing the match was like a big deal for everybody. And it was bringing the morale down for sure. But yesterday's game, like, really pumped it up. And I hope we keep up the pace and take it from here. Yeah. So excited for the few matches that are coming up.
Going into the season, before the league started, once you guys got done with the option, picked your squad. I'm sure, as you guys mentioned, you guys weren't aware of all the players, but I'm sure, the players knew each other. Rishabh knew everybody. What were the expectations, starting off, obviously, I'm sure all teams would want to win the league. That's the ultimate aim, right? But we had a couple of interviews in some other captains, some other team owners, other players who were like underrating certain teams, talking. As you also mentioned, right? Maybe looking at their performance in the season or looking at the squad in general. So some teams were like, these are the weaker teams in the league. These are the stronger teams in the league. So did any of that talk go? Does any of that affect you guys when you're like discussing team strategy, or are you guys focused on your own team, or like how does it work generally when you guys preparing for us?
So yeah, like I said, a lot of buzz was going on, and this team has spoken about Raptors like this. They said about our team like this, and I said, okay. So like I said, I didn't know any of the teams, how they play and whatever. And then whatever they said is their assessment, I feel, and they're entitled to have it. And in what context, in what taste they've said it, it reflects on them.
Right.
And I don't think whatever they said, for example, Vivek, I think on the first podcast, he said that they will win 4-2. And everyone felt like, how can he say like that? I said, I didn't find anything wrong with it.
Right.
Because as a player, as a captain, he's assessed his team and he's also assessed our team. And he thought this is what the outcome could be. And he was confident about it, which was okay. And I didn't really take offense, or I didn't find anything wrong with it. But some of the players were really fired up, and also like you said, some people didn't like it. But I said, listen, you focus on your game. Okay, everyone's entitled to say what they have to. So don't worry about what the other team is saying or what the other team is doing. You concentrate on what you have to do. You need to improve your team. You have to look inside. You can't look at other teams and say, oh, this is what they are doing. You lose track of what you have to do in your team. So I said, don't be distracted by all of that. Regardless of what they say, whether it's right or wrong, it doesn't really matter. Because
and also, I think context is important, because I think Saiti had said something about Niharika, but like for people who don't know, will think like, oh, why is she saying that? But like for people who know, they've played a few matches together against people, and it's a very friendly thing to say. So context, I think, is very important, and definitely, I think it's an assessment of where you stand, and any captain or any team is entitled to have that, assessment about themselves. And when we started, I had no clue, but Kaushik interacts with these players a little bit more because he plays pickleball a little bit more than I. And we were like, okay, we're like somewhere in the middle, like, because they're like amazing teams like Mavericks and, the Titans are also quite good. So and Nandi Chargers are really good. So okay, somewhere in the middle, we probably have a fair chance of like getting to some point. So like that was where we kind of placed ourselves when we started. But definitely like focusing on your own game is more important than like, what is that player saying? What is this player saying? Because end of the day, everybody has a bad day. So it's like who has a good day matters on them, So focusing on your game is more important.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Can you give us a little more insights into your team dynamics? Like, how does it work? You have a captain, then you have the ownership. Like, so we've spoken with a couple of other captains and a couple of other owners and how their internal structure works. Like, who makes the decisions or how does it exactly work in terms of team selections or practice? How does it work for you guys?
So right after the auction, we were traveling the same night, and I said, okay, I'll be back after 7 days, and then you guys pick a place to practice, and and I insisted that they choose a place which is covered.
Yeah.
And they were all like, oh, the monsoon is over and this and that. I said, okay, let's not take a chance, because this is not their full-time thing that all the players, they all have their day jobs. And the little time that you have, that you want to practice, you need to utilize that time and don't take chances with weather, because nobody can predict it. So finally, very reluctantly, they picked one place, and they were very happy that they picked a place that had a roof.
Yeah.
And then otherwise, I think half of the sessions wouldn't have happened.
100%.
And I should say that our team is, I don't chase any of them to come to practice. Only thing I tell them is to do at least 3 times a week collectively. And they've done a great job, and I don't force them to come at a certain date or a time. And it's a very nice environment, I feel, and I really enjoyed. I probably have missed, I think, 3 practice sessions so far. I go.
You practice as well with the team?
No, I don't.
So don't get tempted.
No, I come to hop and we play in the morning where people are more acceptable. And so.
More accepting of you.
Yes, more accepting of me. And I go once in a while when there is a filler required, and otherwise I don't play.
Accepting of your.
So,
But he feels more intimidated. He's like, I don't want to.
yeah, I don't want to play with them, and then
He tastes pretty well, by the way.
He does.
and then I don't want them to feel like, Abba, isse abhi khelna hai. We can't say anything to this fellow. I never wanted that. So only when it's required and they need a extra hand, I would come and play. Otherwise, after I think almost a month, we decided to take another court extra so that I can play with maybe a few other players. But otherwise, I never was part of the practice squad as such. And we had a very lively environment whenever we practice, and it's a good vibe. And I think Shrikar came a couple of times. I think once for physio. We had a physio.
We have a physiotherapist, guys, FYI.
And so he had some elbow issue. I said, we have a very good physio. Why need to come down? He came and saw, and he's like, your team is practicing very well. I mean,
He was, I think, extremely
Yeah.
impressed. So when he got back to Hop, he's telling us about your structure that you guys have when it goes to practice, having a physio and all that. And he's extremely impressed with what you guys are doing behind.
So yeah, that way I'm very happy. It's like time off my work, and it's like, a chill time for me. And I mean, she also comes whenever she has time for it. But otherwise, we are thoroughly enjoying the ownership of a team. We really didn't think when Vikrant called us for the first time that we would be enjoying this much, to be honest. And we were like, we can't say no to him. So we were like, oh, what did we sign up for? I mean, we really are not sure whether we'll do any justice. But I think I'm enjoying.
Yeah.
She's enjoying, regardless of what the overall outcome of this season would be. But I'm really enjoying our rapport with the team, and also for the league in general.
Yeah.
And I told you guys the first day after the auction that I want all of us to have a good time. Winning is one part of it, although it feels great. But, if we play our game, that's all matters. And I don't expect that we should be in this position in the league and any of that. If you enjoy the game, I think we will be doing justice to what we signed up for. And that's what I tell them even now. So,
Yes, absolutely. So you all were also one of the teams that was joined by a co-owner, halfway through, and Tharun Bhascker is now the co-owner of the team. So what was that like to have, initially you didn't have a third, owner, and then after a while there was a co-owner that joined. So was it something that you guys were, you wanted in the beginning, or it was just something that you were open to when the opportunity came your way?
you want to say, you want to?
Kaushik was very particular that, not about not wanting a corner, but it was more like, what do we want out of this? And is the other person also going to have the same,
Going to be on the same.
same fate and the same energy? Because like if, we are in it to encourage the players, have a good time and enjoy and like just be part of something bigger than us. But if someone else has a completely different view about it, and you're clashing on your views itself, and that's not going to go well for the team, and it's going to be like a lot of chaos at the end of the day. So he was very particular. It's like, I'm open to the thought, but at the same time, I'm not going to jump into it. So we had discussions of having like other co-owners on board, but like I think we made a good choice. Tarun's like an amazing guy, and we like really.
Pickleball as well?
He does once in a while. He hasn't, like, I think like one evening when he's interacted with the team, he played a little race.
He used to play tennis as well, so he has.
We were genuinely surprised by how he like.
Especially because he went onward saying, he gave us all the disclaimers about how he's going to be so bad, and then he's ripping drives on.
So he's been really amazing. Like, he's very easy to talk to, and like, very open about like, oh, you want to do this? Okay, like, why don't we do this? Like, the conversation is very easy, so it's been really.
It's like having this conversation right now. Like,
Yeah.
I have known you guys too for some time now, and then you can freely talk about a lot of things about game and maybe life in general if you're not on the podcast. But interacting with him is very easy, and he's a very intellectual guy. I mean, once we start having a conversation, you'll realize that he's very chill. You don't feel like I didn't want like an obligation sort of a thing, and that luckily I don't have it with him. And we thoroughly enjoy the games. And he's like, the first time he's come, he was asking me a few rules about the game, and then the second time he came, he was explaining to all his friends in like, this is that, this is why they got a point, and this is the footfall, this is what it is. So he's like so in tune. He watches every point very carefully, and which is what we wanted. Like, if somebody, first of all, we were like, do we need a cone? And if we want a corner, what is it? Because we were enjoying what we have, and I didn't want to disrupt any of that. So somebody who's joining, we wanted them to have the same experience, basically. So now that I have some expectations and of him to like do for the team, I said, Tharun, you can do whatever you want. We are here to enjoy and have a great experience.
And he said the same. He's like, no, I'm here to enjoy. You guys do whatever you want. I'm on board with whatever you guys want to do.
So yeah, it's very chill, and is open to a lot of ideas. He's given us a lot of ideas. That Rishabh and team was brought in by our social media guys, but he directed it.
Yes.
And then he's like, I wasn't sure whether he would want to do it. I said, I told our guys to pitch the idea to him. If he's okay to do it, then I'm okay. Then he said, oh, it's great, let's do it. And then he said, okay, we'll do this, we'll stand like this. And he directed in like a minute, and then they started. I think there's another reel that's coming down, which will be funny. So,
And no air about himself. It's like, oh, I'm this, I'm that. Like, I need to be treated like this, like nothing. Like he's like, oh, you want me to just be there? I'm gonna.
He's more
be
careful.
Yeah,
Like
he's very like easy to deal with, and that's created a very like nice environment for everybody around. Like, even the team, like he just walks up to the team and he's like, hey, he even through the match yesterday, he kept saying like, hey, Rishabh, like, Rishabh and team, like, do well, so this is on you. And, it's like very nice that way.
Yeah,
And-
he needs to be having a good time. We have seen him in the videos. Like he's having a good time on the sideline supporting the team.
Yeah. And then someone pointed out saying that, he was there for like 2-3 hours and like he didn't even touch his phone one time. Like, so he's pretty invested in the game himself. So, which is a very good thing,
In last game week, we also had his mom. Either birthday, I think, Sunday it happened. Right, seeing cake cutting. It's good to see, right? Your whole family coming and supporting the team. It's good to see.
Yeah, he's definitely bringing in his friends, family, cousins, which is like really nice. Like, we haven't invited our cousins yet, but like Tharun's like their full force. It's very nice. Yeah.
So now that we're, post match day 3, match day 4 is where Raptors is hosting the event. It's our home game. So what do you have in mind? Do you already have something in mind? You're still planning? How are you approaching match day 4 as hosts?
we are still, it's like work in progress as of now, and we want everyone, apart from all the teams, we want people that are coming, like most of them are friends and family, there are a lot of like kids coming and like grandparents coming, which is a great environment. So we want them also to have a nice experience.
Right.
So we are thinking on those lines, and we're trying to curate something.
Some fun things for the kids also, like, to enjoy the game more. And I think the best thing about this league is that the whole energy it's created, like when you're playing the game, there's a bit of like friendly rivalry between the teams, but overall everybody's friends, right? Like, so when we are playing, there are like people from other teams coming cheering for us, and we go cheer, and like it's a very nice environment that's created, and we want to kind of carry the same thing, like a all inclusive, like everybody is part of the bigger thing,
Like how Bhascker is, for example, Bhascker from FP. We call him Team Alulu. So the both siblings are in our team, Rishabh and Niharika in our team, and then he's like very shy around the team, our team. And one of the practice sessions he's come and he's like, we were discussing about the kitting. Like, what do we do? Do we like get shoes for everyone, like backpacks and, headgear and things like that? Is walking behind somewhere, like, like he doesn't want to be part, because I said, Bhaskar, it's okay. You can come and join.
Did you get him a jersey?
No, not yet. Not yet. Maybe we will give him one. But yeah, so there's this friendly. So like for example, Siam's uncle is in, after replacement, he's in our team. So there are a lot of like uncle and nephews and like brothers and sisters and wife and husbands are in. I think Dasos and Titans have, I think,
a mother and a son. Somebody has a brother and son.
Yeah. So it's a great combination, I feel, and and it's 600 to 800 people coming on each match day. I mean, I haven't seen like a pro level like sport like sporting events like cricket also. Like if you play a district level game, you don't see so many people. So, or even badminton for that matter. So it's since it's hyper local, a lot of friends and family coming. So it's a nice, people who don't understand the game also coming, having a good time. Because what's been created by the league, the entire setup of the game day is really nice and interactive. So we want to like work on something for the, not just for the games, for the rest of the area as well. So that's the idea. We're still figuring out. I think 1 week will just go like that. Now, so you need to figure out things quick.
Yeah, absolutely. I think basically you're looking at a more experience first approach where everyone should have a good time. Because I remember, I don't know if it was match day 1 or 2, but I remember, you mentioning that the hosts, as hosts, it's not just about creating an experience for your guests or your team. It's also about hosting the other team well.
Yes.
So you have to think about it from the perspective of everybody coming in as a guest,
Yeah.
not just,
Yeah.
your own teams. I think that's probably what you're going to take into hosting the Raptors event as well.
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing to see, right? Because you had a couple of other team owners and captains will come. So they've held, done very good job for the first couple of weeks, right?
Yeah.
But I think their thought process when looking at organizing an event was, okay, what is the best thing I can do for my team? Or like my people who are coming from my side.
Correct.
They're like first priority. But it's good to know that you guys are looking at everybody, taking it like an event where everybody is first priority, right?
Yeah.
Everyone should have a good time, whether they are their own supporters or the opposition also. I think that's a very good, good step, good approach.
The league is successful only when you
Yeah.
are inclusive and you're including everyone. So
It's amazing. Like, kudos to everybody who's part of the league. Vikrant's brain child is picked up so much. I was at a wedding last week and people are coming to me at a wedding and asking, hey, I heard you guys are part of a league and how's it going and all of that. And like couple of my cousins who are part of kabaddi teams and the other sports, they're like, this is like really picked up really well. Like if the turnout is like 500 to 600, 700 people every week, that's like amazing. Like for the first, when you're hosting for the first time, it's like this, like everybody's talking about it. Everybody wants to be part of it. Like people have asked us like, hey, if you guys want to sell your team, please, we want to buy. And Kaushik is like, no, I'm not selling my team. So it's like really nice that, it's created that thing. And
it's created an attachment, like
yeah.
more. It's creating a lot of memories, and it's going for almost 2 months. So if we can finish, we probably finish in 3 days. We can put all the games in span of 3 days, and we can finish. But the structure of the league and the game is in such a way that it's giving time for it to be absorbed.
Right.
And as you can see, each week there's a lot of new ideas and upgrades that are coming in. We are making the entire experience better.
Yeah.
So I think maybe the following week, who's hosting the following year?
On
I think it's
21st November. Is it?
21st November.
I think it's Starry Smashers.
Starry
Okay.
Smashers or the Mavericks, one of the two.
Starry Smashers.
Starry Smashers.
So they'll take all this experience and probably think of, okay, maybe we should do this, and this didn't come out well, we should probably do this.
Yeah.
So overall, it's evolving. I would say it's evolving, and then eventually maybe by second season we'll have more structure to have better experience than what we're creating right now. So it'll be fun.
Yeah. And as hosts, are we planning to? We've all experienced the sledging and the heckling and what a big role it sort of plays in terms of maybe the players' momentum, morale, everything. So is it going to be strategy to bring a huge crowd to cheer at team on it?
See, support is a very good thing to have. I mean,
but I also feel like even if your team is supporting and cheering you, I still feel it's a disrespect. Yeah.
Is that like a distinct pressure? You guys are the hosts,
Yeah.
right? You think that's going to play on players' minds because we are the hosts? All eyes are going to be on us, right?
I don't think so. Because the first two games we played on the main stage only, right? Like in the main court, and we had great turnout of people there as well. And I don't think it will matter.
Yes. In fact, the last week when Tharun brought so many of the
Yeah.
people, the whistling and the cheering, it worked for us. So if anything, I think we will.
So I mean, like my take on it is like I want people to come enjoy it, no matter which team they're coming for. I want them to come and enjoy it. But it's on the player. Like I want all the players to have like that balanced mind where they're like able to focus, because it's still a distraction, right? No matter who's cheering for you or who's heckling at you, like it's still a distraction. So it's I want the players to focus on the game and nothing else.
Yeah.
And also, like you said, the crowd also is slowly evolving. For example, our last game, I mean, we were enjoying a good play by everyone. Enjoyed the good play from opposite sides as well. Like how Animisha was playing, she didn't give up. I thoroughly enjoyed her game. He is not like quitter. Like she was fighting until the
Yeah.
very end, and then it's only anyone's guess whether she'll make it to the. And it is lovely to see games like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the whole point of if you ask me, that's what I come to see, and that's what I enjoy, whether it's from my team or any other team.
And it was really nice playing with them.
Yeah.
It was like, because we're all friends and we had
Yeah.
friends sitting here, and our friend, he wore our jersey for 3 matches, and then the hair starts thing jersey for another 3 games. So we were just like moving around, talking, and like after the 5th game, I think for the mixed doubles, I went up to Sushant and I was like, Sushant, let's not go to the dream maker, Sushant. Just give it away, Sushant. And like he's laughing and we're like joking about it. So it was like the energy was very nice, and I really liked how, when there was a good shot or a good rally played, like both the teams were cheering. Like they were clapping for the other team and we were clapping for them, and it was really
Nice
nice environment.
Truly a sportsman.
Yeah.
The definition of sportsmanship itself
Yeah.
is being able to respect the game.
Yeah.
So I think everyone on the last game day was there for the sport.
Yeah.
It
But
was
to-
when that.
It was really nice.
I wish Samir and Veda that they recover. I mean,
They played so well.
regardless, even with all their injury,
I amazingly both of them, and I said, like, guys, like, you played really well, gave a very tough fight. It was really nice. Everybody's invested in it as much. Like they're like putting their personal things aside and like they're invested. So it's very nice. Yeah. And it was like lovely playing with them. Like, yeah.
Absolutely. I think it was good to see, right? So I think couple of weeks previously, you had a situation couple of times where the crowd burden is a little uncontrollable when it comes to like
Right.
heckling and all that. But I think it was good to see in your match,
Yeah.
both the supporters, right? You're very supportive of even the opposition playing well. I think in Aparna played a couple of really good shots, and
Aparna, before she went up,
Samir was appreciating obviously. So
Aparna, before she went up, she's like, like the girls are just going to be there. It's usually the boys playing. So like, I'm just going to be there. But I think like she really like turned it around. Like, so it was her. Like, so good job.
Yeah. No, I think it was last week was definitely a good week for us.
not just because we won, I think as a team we performed better,
Yeah.
and also because of course it makes it sweeter because we won. But otherwise, I thoroughly enjoyed the last week's game because of the experience overall.
Yeah. In fact, it was funny because after we won, Rahul was like, if this is leading to a win, I'm going to lose every first.
Funnily, our friend who's also a sponsor of the Continental Coffee, he's there at every match, right? And then after we lost the last match, he was like, "You guys lose the first match. Next time, you guys are losing the men's first match. So break the cycle, break the pattern. You guys lose the first match." And as soon as we lost, he's like, "I told you."
Yeah, we were also discussing as soon as they lost, of course, we were like, okay, it didn't go our way. But Divya and I were discussing like, okay, we've broken the pattern coming to us to.
it's been 3 weeks and you guys went into a game breaker every week, right?
Yeah.
Every week. So has it played on your minds, like when you go into a match now, like you guys are playing the Thermo Titans?
No, we're playing
But as you're preparing for this ET Warriors match
Yeah.
at Rivers of the hosts, what is your mindset? We shouldn't take it to a game breaker like the first 3 weeks, or we are prepared for a game breaker. No, what's the tip?
So
Ideally, do want to take it to a great.
yeah, I mean, though it's exciting, but it's also very stressful. But I think each week, depending on which team we are playing against, we made some changes last game. So we will plan based on the other team as well, and ideally, what we see is if we think that it might go to a dream breaker, and not that we expect it the first 2 games to go, but we made sure that we practice on the dream breaker as well. And are we saying correct, dream breaker or game breaker? Sorry, I'm sorry. This is game breaker, and so we are more sure that okay, when it comes, it's not like alien to us, right? So that's something we changed, and of course, I mean, going to a dream breaker or not is only it's something that will be decided on that day based on how each team plays. And
Even the other day, Kaushik, as you know, the mixed doubles was coming to an end. Like halfway through, Kaushik was telling the rest of the players, right, warm up. And I'm like, no, don't warm up. It's fine, go into that leg, don't warm up.
No, but I think that to sort of answer your question from my perspective, I feel like we've done our bit by rebranding in Dream Maker. We are very prepared for it.
From Heartbreaker to
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So it's also we were used to it. Your last two games, and then I think All Stars never went to a
It looked like they once prepared to go to a Dream League.
Also, I feel otherwise they would have, I think, definitely played better for the game breaker.
Or Dream Maker.
Game breaker. So, but I feel like I said, on a specific day, whichever team performs better will win. Parents were end of story. So but yeah, they were a great team that we could play against, and I wish them all the best and all the rest of the teams. And it's going to be a fun match this weekend. It's going to be playing against our friends team.
Playing against one of our closest friends. So it's going to be a crazy match. And Alludu is playing.
Yes.
So.
Shantu made a promise that they will win the game and he will come to our house and have a drink.
So last weekend after we won, we had like an impromptu get together. Like we just okay, just come home, we'll have a drink or so. And so Shantu made a challenge saying, I'm going to come back next week, I'm going to win, I'm having a drink again. So we were like laughing at it, saying that so party is fixed. So whichever team wins, place will be decided. Venue will be decided, but party is fixed. Like whichever team wins, we're like there to cheer and support. So
That's amazing.
It's a couple of interesting matchups, right? Like Rishabh against Bhaskar, maybe.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to.
Like, he'll probably say, Bao, go easy on me or something. Or the other way around, you never know.
And Niharika keeps joking, saying that I'm going to cook food for him the next meeting.
Who do you think Niharika will support when Rishabh and Bhaskar are playing against each other?
I think
she's a team player.
Yeah.
Definitely. But I've seen this with Vishnu, Sonia, Bhaskar, and Niharika that, the moment they know that and they're not playing a game, and then the moment they know their partner is playing, they quickly move.
Yes.
I don't see them around.
Yeah.
They quickly move and then they cheer. And then I've seen Vishnu come and give Sonia a couple of tips during the game. It's lovely to see.
Yeah.
I mean, regardless of which team they're from, it's really nice to see that, support coming from family, I guess.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, it's been absolutely lovely to have both of you. And just to wrap up this one hot take, who do you think is going to make it to the top 4 of the league? Which team?
I think Mavericks and the Nandi Chargers for sure.
Yeah, I think one win away to be in the top 2, maybe. I think the semis at least.
Right.
So the rest of the 6 teams will have an interesting,
Titans are also good.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll also make it. I'm hoping the 4th will be us.
Yeah, but it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very dynamic. So as the games progress, depending on the update of who's winning by how much margin is also going to, I think, is going to play a big part.
Yeah.
And like how we've seen some major upsets with specific players, I think there'll be some upsets with certain teams as well. But like I said, I think the best 4 will go up.
Yeah.
I think, and I hope that we are one of them.
I hope. Not that the other teams are not equally good, but we are just hoping we want to be part of the first. So, hope. Yeah, as owners of the team.
Yeah. And you guys seem to be in the up, right? You guys, I think, finally have cracked the code on how to get away from the dream breaker with a game breaker with a win. And getting all the right combinations and performing under pressure in a game breaker. That's not easy. I think you guys have the most experience, right? So I think going forward...
We can coach people for that.
Exactly. No, but it's still work in progress. I mean, we still have a couple of things that we need to work on, and I think maybe we'll figure that.
It's always a learning curve, right? Like you're still learning. Like just because we won the last game doesn't mean we've hit the formula. Like we still have to figure it out. We still have to up our game. We still,
change some strategies based on the team that we're playing. So
as the thing goes forward, we're playing stronger and stronger teams. Like as the game is going forward, everybody's also upping their game. So it's never like, oh, we figured it all out. It's always a learning thing, and we probably have to like always focus on like learning and improving. I think that's what makes the difference.
I think you guys will agree. If I say that a lot of players within the last 1 month they've improved so much. Yeah. So it's amazing to see how they played the first game to the third game. It's amazing to see how far they've come with a little tweaking in their practice sessions.
I think not just your game, right? It's also about the mental aspect of it. I think you guys are like, as we've spoken earlier, being part of 3 game breakers, I think mentally, I guess you guys know to be prepared. As we saw the All-Stars who probably weren't prepared to be a game breaker, and they sort of crumbled. You guys are like mentally sort of know what to expect.
We didn't have a choice. We ended up in the...
But I think even on the mental aspect of things, I think first couple of weeks we saw in the game breaker, maybe the mental aspect play a part.
Definitely.
Because capability-wise, they're all very, very good. But I think game week 3, we saw finally, they could play without any pressure. You guys were leading from the front, right? There's no point leaving game week 3, you guys were behind. I think from the front, you guys were ahead, and I think you finished it off quite comfortably in the end.
I think it's also getting used to the whole setting as a whole, because like you might play really well off court or you might play really well somewhere else, but like getting used to the crowd, the cheering, the chaos that's going around, all of that.
Yeah, we have a couple of players like that in our team where in the practice session it feels like they can play with both hands and they can, so they play with such ease. But when it comes to game, they're a little tight. But yeah, I mean, it happens to best of the players, I think, so across all sports. So
yeah, like I mean, like me personally, like I can talk a lot when I'm with like 4 or 5 people. You put me in a room of 100 people, I'm like, you won't even see me. So I think it's like getting used to different settings also takes a little bit of time. So I think we're getting better at it.
Yes.
So let's hope it continues.
It will end with all the touchwoods.
yes.
First, next week is our home game, and may the
If
best.
you guys win the match, right, it'll take you into the top 4. Going into the mid-season break that you have a 2.
Will we or maybe?
So I think you guys will get into the top 4. And
Yes,
I
I think we are currently, we're still 7 on the table. It's because of the game and the point difference. So if we can get away from the infamous game breaker this week, then we have a good chance, because in terms of the number of games won, we will probably overtake some of the teams.
Let's just play well for now. Let's not put too many factors
into it. Shantanu last night was like, listen, we have a win already. You guys have a win already. We're just playing for 4 games.
No, it's
Focus on the
men's singles and women's singles.
It's like, Bhaskar is going to win this. Niharika is going to win that. So let's just prepare ourselves for the 4
I
games.
think he's going to change that. He might change Bastard not to play singles. He's a very smart guy. He might be tricking us. So yeah, couldn't we? Yeah.
Last night was Kirti's brother's wedding, Sangeet, and we were there, and part of the decor, they had this huge eagle sitting there, like, and then we were like, Kirti, you guys are already supporting us, caring for us. So this is a very friendly thing, and we're looking forward to really enjoying the next year. Yeah.
Don't be surprised if you see that eagle on this side.
Yeah.
Amazing. No, thank you so much, Kaushik and Divya. It's been a pleasure speaking to you.
Thanks for writing this. Thank you. Yes.
And see you all in the next episode.